And later at 5:30, News 4 videographer Danny Summerville joins us to talk about wrapping up almost 45 years telling your stories. Right now we have this special message for Danny.
I'm Waddy Salavini. Dan, congratulations on your retirement. I'll never forget shipping out with you on the Ernest R. Breach and sailing from Superior Duluth all the way to Buffalo. Enjoy your retirement, and I hope to see you here in Vermont.
That's it for News 4 at 5. News 4 at 5:30 with Jackie and a special guest starts right now.
Thank you, Don. This is a little different News 4 at 5:30 today, at least the way we're starting out, because this is a happy, sad day for all of us here at News 4. It is 44 years to the week since Danny Summerville began working here full-time as a photographer. And now we are saying farewell in retirement to the man who has brought you decades of Western New York history. Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown came to the station earlier today to help pay tribute to the photographer who has covered the mayor and city events countless times over the years. And the mayor delivered a proclamation.
Therefore, be it resolved that I, Byron W. Brown, Mayor of the City of Buffalo, do hereby proclaim February 9th, 2024, as Dan Summerville Day in the city of Buffalo, New York.
How about that? Today is Danny Summerville Day here in Buffalo. Danny and his wife Colleen were on hand with so many of Danny's friends and co-workers looking on. And here's a sample of Danny's work.
News 4 photographer Danny Summerville strapped into the cockpit to take a test flight with the Air Combat Canada team.
Let's go upside down. That's it. Keep your head forward. And we're just going to go upside down. There they are. Wow. And right side up. Pitch and Daniel. Yeah, that was fun.
Awesome. That was awesome.
The hardest hit area was Cheektowaga. News 4 photographer Dan Summerville was on Union Road when this car tried to get through a flooded viaduct. A tow truck operator wades into the chest-high water to rescue an elderly lady trapped in the car.
Started floating away. Had to get in the car, pull the woman out. The guy walked out himself.
Photographer Dan Summerville caught up with one of these specially trained deputies for an afternoon of law enforcement.
If the driver wants to come back and see it, he's more than welcome to. I don't have any problem with it. It's his right.
I think it helps some to get a speeding ticket. It wakes them up a little bit, but to others it doesn't.
All right, may I see your driver's license, your registration, and insurance card, please?
Tomorrow is Danny's last day.
Get out of here.
Okay? So I think we owe Danny a debt of gratitude for all the years of service.
Good North Tonawanda guy.
Applause there for a North Tonawanda guy. What a career you have had, Danny. 45 years. You're retiring today. Tell us how you're feeling as you reflect on your career.
Overwhelmed with the support and the love
that comes out from all the people you've worked with today. All these years, absolutely. Now, you have seen some amazing things through your lens over the years. You were here for the earliest days of Love Canal. You were here for the closing of Bethlehem Steel. And you covered a visit here by Mother Teresa. Tell us about that.
Yeah, she gave a commencement address at Niagara University, I believe it was 1982. And it was just very humbling to be in her presence. And
we have some of your video that you shot there of Mother Teresa. There she is.
It was humbling to be in her presence. She talked about the poor, loving the poor is special, and how the poor need loving, and she spoke on that. This before she became super nun. She was just a nun from India. Just before she made sainthood.
A nun from India at that time. Now, you've had, as I said, some incredibly memorable assignments and some privileges along the way. And one of the privileges we shared together, and that was to meet Paul Newman.
Right. We were doing a preview. We went to Dallas because the racing circuit was coming to Niagara Falls, right? We did a preview. And we got to meet Paul Newman. You interviewed him. And
we were trying to let people know what the Grand Prix was going to be like in Niagara Falls. So you and I went down to Dallas, and we went to a Grand Prix there. And look, this is Danny's video of me talking to Paul Newman. Paul Newman was not giving interviews, but Danny and I went back to his trailer numerous times and knocked on that door and said, would you please, would you please? Finally, he relented. I think he probably wanted to get rid of us. But we ended up with a wonderful sit-down interview with Paul Newman.
Yes.
So that was one privilege there. Another privilege is to meet so many people and to affect their lives, and they in turn affect our lives. You worked with Rich Newberg on a documentary about Holocaust survivors settling here in Buffalo. Tell us about that.
It was very eye-opening. Something that was like a history books came alive. I mean, have these people show the numbers on their arms. I mean, the thought that people were still walking around with those numbers on their arms, and the horror that they went through, and their message to keep what happened alive, to let people know that this really happened so it doesn't happen again. And they're dedicated to spreading that message. And that tape went to the Anti-Defamation League all across the country, and it was put in all the Buffalo schools for the children to see.
See, that's one small example of how you have affected people's lives here and elsewhere around the country, Danny. So at this time, do you have anything that you would like people to know about your career, how it's affected you and how you've affected others?
Well, it's just been a blessing. I mean, it's just been a blessing that for this job, and it's been more of a calling for me than a job, to be able to connect with people, feel their burdens, share their joy, experience their sadness. It's like you can't be insulated from that. You're a human being, and you can't be insulated from what they're going through.
So much more than a job. You are absolutely right. And I heard you say earlier that it's a calling. Now, all of your colleagues here, and of course the mayor declared this as Danny Summerville Day, but your colleagues too want you to take this with you. It's a beautiful reminder of all of us who want to lift you up, who want to embrace you, who want to thank you. Well, thank you for the time that we've spent together.
It's been a family for me. I've come from some relationships. Russ Barbera, John Roach. You guys have been my brothers. We've experienced a lot of things together, and it's just more than just work acquaintances.
And that is so true because, and people don't know this, most people don't know this, but Danny had a kidney transplant while he was working here. How many years ago?
It'll be 14 in April.
So here he goes for a kidney transplant. He was out for some time, but came back and is carrying all this heavy equipment around, walking all over Western New York, doing his job, a job that he has truly loved.
I love my job. Yeah. I love my job.
And we've heard from so many people, and you may have seen them earlier: Rich Newberg, Waddy Sawabini, Lee Capola, Al Vaughters, many more. We really want to wish you
a pleasure, Jackie.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
It's been great, Danny.
Thank you.
It's been great. Thank you. And one more message for you here as we sign off.
Yo, Dan the man. Remember all those days you and I spent more time together than with our wives? I know it was torture for you, but you and I were a great team, and your video made those call for action stories really mean something. Congratulations, Dan, and enjoy your new calendar. Every day is Saturday.